Which stem?
10.
So we're in Wytham Woods here, which is Oxford University's research woodland, which is just a few miles northwest of the city of Oxford. And this woodland is a site of lots of long-term research into birds and mammals, and also into the dynamics of trees and of the forest. And one of the key elements of that work has been the large 18-hectare plot that was established here by us in 2008 and has gone through a number of recensuses. And today we've just completed, over 9 weeks, the 5th recensus of this plot. And this recensus forms part of a global network called the Forest Global Earth Observatory that includes plots in Europe, in North America, in China, and in particular throughout the tropics. And this site contributes to this global understanding of how forests work. So I'm here with Bailey and Mo, who are part of the team that have been working right to the end, and today have just finished the final tree in this plot. So Bailey, tell me a little bit about what's happened over the last 9 weeks.
Yeah, so over the last 9 weeks we've been essentially taking a census of every single tree within the Smithsonian plot. We've got about 22,000 trees.
22,000, amazing.
And we've been looking at the diameter, the DBH on each tree, so checking how each tree's been growing over these past 5 years, essentially. Seeing if there are new trees that have been added to the census, or ones that have died, and a general kind of progress of the plot that we're in.
And what sort of what are the headline things? What changes are you seeing in this woodland in the last 5 years?
So we've seen a lot of the ash trees which have been suffering from ash dieback are starting to actually die off now. A lot of those have we've seen have actually either dead or dying, or actually complete dead. So yeah, there's been a lot of change in the ash trees this year.
Yeah, that's a really important and interesting result. Because one thing we found for most of the few decades of measurements is that this woodland is a large sink of carbon. It's been absorbing carbon from the atmosphere, helping the modest way of slowing down climate change.
Yeah.
And the evidence seems to be pointing that now that we're seeing, because of ash dieback, maybe because of climate change, the woodlands may be turning into carbon sources. These effects. So we can't rely on them to slow down climate change anymore. Very interesting to see what the data shows. Yeah. And Mo's also been part of the measurement team. So tell us what you're up to.
I'm up here in one of our multi-stem sycamore trees, and unlike the ash, these seem to be doing pretty well in the forest. We'll wait to see what the data tells us, but maybe Bailey can help me give an example of what we do up here. So we are taking the DBH, we're taking the diameter of this trunk of this tree at what we call DBH, or diameter breast height, which is standardized to 1.3 meters on most trees. In a case like this, sometimes we have to shift that measurement a little bit because the trees get high and their stems fuse. But we've marked the tree at that height, so we'll wrap this DBH tape around it, keep it even all the way around the trunk, nice and snug and tight around the bark, removing any of the moss. Just a little lower. We're very thorough.
That's good. I'm glad to see that.
And then we record the DBH. So this tree's diameter is 402 millimeters.
Okay. And this is a multi-stem tree, so you have to record
exactly
all of the stems.
Yes, in order to get a proper measurement of all of the biomass that makes up this tree, we measure each and every stem.
But what's striking being in this woodland as well, and I haven't been here myself for a few weeks, is how dry this place is. I've never known the woodland to be this dry in August, and we're in hopefully towards the end of the driest summer that this part of the UK has experienced in at least a century, probably for several centuries, and everything is wilted. And so it's and this is probably a more frequent pattern we're going to see. So how this woodland responds to this changing climate is something that's going to require long-term observations. We could have models and theories, but but ultimately it's dedicated long-term observations like are being done here that'll tell us and give us clues and early warnings on how our ecosystems are changing under climate change. Thank you.